We're back with Community Roundup. Pratham Gala, held in an elegantly decorated ballroom at the downtown Sheraton, attracted over 400 supporters and raised over 160,000 towards Pratham programs. The gala celebrated 20 years of Pratham's history, its impact in the developing world, and success in providing scalable, replicable, effective and low-cost educational intervention methods to enable disadvantaged children learn basic reading, writing and arithmetic skills. Vandana Kumar, the president of Pratham Austin chapter, illustrated with an example the problem Pratham addresses, the cycle of interconnected poverty and illiteracy where a family can get locked in for generations.
So ladies and gentlemen, I am very proud and honored to welcome you all to our annual Austin Pratham Benefit Gala. Thank you for being here. Very special thanks to our chief guest, Mr. Sadanand Dhume, for making the trip from Washington, D.C. and being with us to support us on this mission we are together for Pratham. Pratham was a bold experiment 20 years ago, started in the slums of Mumbai to reform primary education in India. Since then, 20 years later, it's still doing its marvelous work, and about 7 million, more than 7 million kids are impacted every year.
I'm a big admirer of the organization. I think this is an organization that does stellar work. I've been aware of their work for several years in India, working on the ground. It's a committed organization. They do a lot of very good work with relatively few resources, and you can really see how they have affected not only the lives of children in India, but also the wider policy debate about education, which I do follow in my writings.
At the gala, Dr. Sandeep Shah, who ran the 101-mile Tahoe Rim Trail in July in less than 35 hours, raising 21,000 for Pratham, was honored. He addressed the gathering, sharing about his experience of running 101 miles to help raise funds for Pratham.
At 100.6 miles, a mere 1 mile to the finish, I leaned over heavily and stopped, completely overcome with fatigue. My pacer, my friend Jeremy, said softly, "Come on, man, you're almost there." And I replied, "You can't imagine how tired I am." But I finished, and I finished running with panache, with my hands in the air, with my daughters next to me, with my parents cheering, with my lovely wife at the finish line. How could I even begin to consider stopping when I thought of these children in India? These children craving an education, some of whom live in squalor, these children whose struggles of every day are a perpetual mountain compared to my temporary molehill. You see, this race was not just about what I could force my body to do. It was not just about a long trek to the mountains. It was a vehicle for Pratham, a means to give to these children something we know they crave: an education.
Sadanand Dhume, resident fellow at the American Enterprise Institute and a South Asian columnist for the Wall Street Journal, gave a keynote address highlighting the current economic success of the Indians in the U.S. and their giving power to change the society in various ways.
We all know that India is home to 1/6 of humanity. It is also home to, depending on whose figures you believe, between 20% to 40% of all the illiterate people on our planet. And within that Pratham family, Pratham USA occupies a particularly important role. India is at a cusp right now. Let's not be mistaken, the hard work will have to be done with Indians, by Indians. It's not as though 3.1 million Indian Americans can magically transform the lives of 1.2 billion Indians. But you can play a role, you can play a large role. No other part of the diaspora is going to be more influential in the journey of India than Indian Americans.
There was also entertainment for the attendees with music by Hum A Cappella and an energetic dance performance by Dirty South Dandiya.